Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim and we are playing through Silent War 2.0 with the IJN expansion, campaign number 3, Turning the Tide. We're starting week 4 of October 1943. And before we get started, I wanted to let those of you know that are following my Lord of the Rings, the card game videos that I've been posting with my daughters and I playing through that game. It's been a while since I put one up. We are still continuing it. We had a few weeks ago we started to play through the next scenario and ended up discovering some rules gaffes we had made about 3/4 of the way through that we couldn't recover from or we couldn't make right. So we decided to scrap that playthrough, and then I think the following week we ended up playing a different game. And last week we did restart that scenario, but we weren't able to finish that night. So we're waiting to get back together to finish that up. And then we'll have that video up for you guys. So I just wanted to give you an update on that series. But yeah, let's jump right in here. War event phase. See if we have one this week. We do. Number 7. It's 2 weeks in a row. Last week we had no ultra rolls. Let's see what we got this week. Number 7. Special mission, airstrike on Surabaya. The player must deploy 10 submarines to Surabaya. Only contacts with C2 and task force results are used. I think we might have had this one previously, but this is a repeatable one. So we will do that again. So Surabaya is going to be our SMZ, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do much with that. We've got the Spearfish will be able to make it there. And then if we end up with any in the broom box at Fremantle, which we only have the one, or in the ready for sea box, I mean, we only have one in the broom box currently, so at most we're going to be able to get 2 subs in there, it looks like. But if that does happen, it'll be a good opportunity to show off a clarification that's recently been made regarding responding to SMZs while on transit side. So we'll go over that if that occurs. Basically, if a base is adjacent to the area that the SMZ resides in, then submarines that are ready for sea from that base are able to transit move to the op area, flip to patrol side, and then move into the SMZ. So hopefully we'll get to show how that works if they pass their readiness check. All right, next up is the weather, intelligence and weather event phase. No torpedo improvement yet. We're getting closer. We're at 424. Yeah. So we need 26 more ships sunk, and we'll be able to start our or start checking for torpedo improvement again. All right, for weather, if you recall, for October, our target number is a 2. So if we get a 2 or less, we'll have a tropical storm formation, and we do not. Weather's been had very little effect on this game so far. All right, next is our ultra roll. So let's see what we get for that. A 3. War period 3 is going to be the Java Sea and the Solomons. Well, the Java Sea's out because anyone that can make it there has to respond to the airstrike support mission. And the Solomons, which is not a very good one. Looks like I'll be ignoring ultra areas this week. It would only be, even with the bonus, you only find something there on a 6 or higher, so probably not worth it. Much better areas to fish. Okay, that's going to take us to the Triple R segment, reinforcements, and last week we were able to get all of the ships that were being withdrawn back in, so next week we'll have some more reinforcements coming out. Ready submarines. We've got no one ship side at the tenders. We have a few here pier side at Pearl Harbor, 2 to be exact, and that is it. Everyone else is going to have to roll. Let's start over here as we traditionally do. The Cisco is going to need a 5 or less. Nope. The Skipjack 4 or less. Nope. Looks like this is going to be the opposite of last turn. We had all of our subs pass their readiness check at the tenders last week. Blackfish 5. No. Billfish 5. Nope. Steelhead. Nope. They needed a 5. These last 2 both need 5s as well. The Cero. There's one. And the Tullibee. Yes. All right. So we got 2 that made it out from there. Okay. What else we got here? We got the Pike at Fremantle. Needs a 4 or less. Made it. So we will get to see that demonstrated. And we got the S41 and the S31 at Dutch Harbor. So we'll do black die for the 41, white die for the 31. They both made it. All right, repairs. Let's start here at, let's go backwards here. Let's start up here at Dutch Harbor. So we got 2 in repair box 1, the S35 and the S23. Needing 5 or less, so black die for the 35, white die for the 33. And first one didn't, second one did. The 33 comes out. We've also got 2 in repair box 2 that need a 3 or less. Black die for the 46, white die for the 40. Again, the first one didn't, second one did. And then we still got the S32 in repair box 3 needing a 1 or less. Nope. They might be stuck there for the duration. All right, now let's do Pearl Harbor. Got quite a stack here in repair box 1. Let's do them over here. All right, these all need an 8 or less. So the grayback, got it. The kingfish, got it. The haddock, got it. The seal, got it. And the harder, got it. All of them move out to the broom box. All right, the Tenosa needs a 6 or less. Got it. Then we have the S44 and the Muskellunge each need a 4 or less. So we'll do black die for the S44, white die for the Muskellunge. Neither one of them. Got in pretty bad shape there. All right, that's all of our repairs. Next up is prep for operations. I saw on Board Game Geek, Greg Amos has been working on an updated Vassal module for 2.0. He had a little video showing off what he had done so far. Looks pretty good. One of the, I think, best features is going to be one button for prep for operations, and it moves all these up for you automatically. That's going to be pretty nice. All right, let's move on to the operations segment. All right, who we got coming back? Let's go ahead and do this one first. The Cod is returning to Fremantle. No transit event check needed. Straight to the broom box for them. All right. What's our situation over here? Well, before we get to that, we got these ones we know have to come back to Pearl Harbor, so let's do those first. Here we've got the snapper. They won't need to do a transit event check, but they do need to do a damage roll. And a 5 is going to be light damage. So they go to repair box 1. And we have, these guys should have an RTV marker on them. Must have forgot to put one on there. I don't think they got damaged outbound. So they will be coming back again. No transit event check needed. Roll for damage. Another 5. So light damage for them as well. Repair box 1. Then we have the Bowfin. No transit event check needed. Roll for damage. 4, also light damage. All right, got our outbound Wolfpack there. Now, let's send Dace back through the Kuril Islands to the North Pacific. They are leaving the Sea of Japan, which is a +2. There was congregating risk there, which was a +1. Their transit side, which is a -1, so it's going to be a net +2. This being the governing op area. So 7, 8, or 9 will require a second roll. Just made it. And they can come into the Sperry. That's 5 subs there now. And fit 2 more before we have to send those 2 out. All right. And we're only going to be able to get 4 into the Fulton because none of those are coming out. So let's see what we can do. We got these in the East China Sea that can make it back to the Fulton. We got these 3 here that could go to the Sperry. I think we'll try to get them in there next. at least up to, well, so these three that are in the Wolfpack only count as 2 subs for congregating risk because it's half rounded up. So we can get one more in there before we start worrying about congregating risk being a factor if we get another one stuck there. So why don't we try getting the, who should be our priority here? Well, these guys aren't damaged, they're just spotted, so they can get in for sure. So let's do them first. So the Searaven is coming back transit side. Only 1 red box in each area, so no transit event check needed. And they will go to the broom box of the Sperry. So that makes 6 now. Let's see if we can get one of these damaged ones in there. We'll try the Pickerel first. So no transit check. Hey, come on, get on there. Let's see how badly damaged they are. Nope. Moderate damage, so they can't come in. So I guess we can try. Yeah, this is the only other one that can potentially get in there. And if he gets stuck, that just puts us at 4. And we don't have anyone else that needs to move through that area yet. So we'll go ahead and try sending the tarpon in as well. See how bad their damage is. Nope. Moderate as well. All right. So next, we'll bring these ones from the East China Sea back to the Fulton. We got the Crevalle, which can make it in no problems. Only 1 red box along the way, so they don't need to roll. And they will come in the broom box there. And then same thing for the Capelin. And same thing for the Pompano. Oops, wrong one. There we go. So that puts them at 6. They can take 1 more. So we've got the damaged Tautog and the damaged runner that I think we're going to play it safe and just send them home as well. So I think let's see if the runner can make it in. So they're going to skip search and contact, flip to transit side. Transit move to the Marshall Islands. Roll for their damage. And it's a 3, so just missed being able to get in there. So that means we got 4 there now. Let's go ahead and move. We were going to move these 3 up into the East China Sea. So let's do that. Again, transit side, and only move through areas with 1 red box, so no transit event check needed. So they'll all 3 patrol their next turn. And that means it's clear now to bring the Tautog over. See if they can get in. And they cannot either. Oh, sorry, they were supposed to Skip search and contact, flip to transit side, then make that move. Oh, and we need RTBs for both of those. That's probably how I missed getting an RTB on that other one last time. Because I think they did the same thing, skipped search and contact, voluntarily RTB'd. Okay. All right, we're good there, I think. Go ahead and bring the gudgeon back from the Yellow Sea through the East China Sea to the Marianas. So they have a +1 for leaving the Yellow Sea, -1 for being on transit side. So they will do a transit event check and looking for anything but a 9. Good. All right, I think we can patrol now. We'll wait. I'm planning on sending that Wolfpack up into the Sea of Japan, but I'm gonna, or maybe, yeah, probably do that. Oh, wait, we got a transit side hiding under here, it looks like. Didn't see him lurking under there. The silver sides, they are damaged as well. Let's see if they can get into the Fulton. We still got room there, right? Yep. So we'll bring them down this way. No transit event check needed. Nope. They are severely damaged, heavy damage. All right. That might change by the time they get back to Pearl Harbor. Okay, now I think that's everyone that was transit side except for our Wolfpack. So yeah, I think we're going to want, if I can talk here, we're going to want to get them up into the Sea of Japan. We will wait until these guys have done their patrols first, so it's not negatively impacting them with the congregating risk there. So yeah, let's go ahead and take care of this special mission zone first, I guess. So the Spearfish, because they're in an adjacent op area, they can patrol move into the Java Sea. They won't need to do a transit event check because there's no red box here. And then they just do a what's called a free move into the special mission zone. But then this move does require, well, would normally require a +2 to the transit event check using the op area of the, or the activity chart of the connected op area. But since there's no red box, again, no transit event check needed. So we will go ahead and roll for their contacts. Just check, there is a special rule for SMZs where I think it's whatever result you get, as long as it's not no contact or high, gets upgraded by 1. Yep, if it is a search and contact mission, use the area activity chart belonging to the operator from which it entered the SMZ. All die results on this area activity chart are increased by 1 activity level. So sparse becomes low, low becomes moderate, moderate becomes high, high remains high, and no contact remains no contact. But again, remember, we only get to use results that are C2 or task force. So the second die will have to be a 6 or higher, or sorry, 5 or higher, or we'll have to ignore it. So let's do our search and contact for the Spearfish. Did get a 6 on the white die. 5 is going to be sparse. So that will get upgraded to low. So it's going to be a low large convoy. So 2, 2, 1, and 1. All right, we've got a no solution here, zigged away. We're going to set up in column B, just because that gives us an option to move away from something over in column A if we feel the need to. We'll go standard attack posture. So we have to flip 4 and there's only 4 available, so unfortunately we can't unflip that. Ooh, not so great. Let's see what our destroyer ends up being. Another really nice feature on this new Vassal module that Greg's working on is you'll be able to right click on a ship or a counter once you've pulled it from the cup if it's one that gets an IJN replacement, and it'll just have a little menu thing there to say replace with IJN unit, and it'll pull one from the appropriate pile for you automatically. All right, oh good. It's the little Karukaya. So they're just going to have a total of 3 ASW. Unfortunately, because that's an aircraft in column A, we can't move away from it in the reattack round. That affects all columns. You may just take one go at this and call it a day here. Although there are no red boxes from the op area at least, so they're going to have a total of 6. We've only got 3 defense though. Ooh, and it's shallow water, so we're on 2 defense. So yeah, we probably won't stick around. All right, +3 there, -1, -2. See if we can get this AGT down. So they've got 2 + 3 from the ASW makes 5, -2 for the TDC puts them down to 3. We're a 6, so we need a 3 or less. Nope. For the counterattack, they've got 3, no red boxes, 3 from the war period is 6. We only get to subtract 2 for our defense because we're in shallow water. So they're going to be on the 3 to 4 row with no modifier. Oh, one thing I did forget though. I think, yeah, it would have made a difference actually. I need to redo this. I forgot that I'm so used to never doing search and contacts in these narrow areas that I forgot that the narrow gives you a +1 to your search and contact roll. So we actually had a 7, which would have been low, which should have got upgraded to moderate. So I'm just going to redo this whole attack sequence. Let me get that set up. So it'll actually be a moderate large convoy. I'm not talking to you, Alexa. It'll be a moderate large convoy, which is 2, 3, 1, and 1. All right, this is what we actually found. This one was too fast. So I'm debating setting up in column B, which gives us access to all this, Or if we set up in column C, we could potentially move away if something here was bad and we just have these two to deal with. Yeah, let's do that. We'll set up here. We'll go standard attack posture. Oh, great. Well, at least we can move away from it. All right, that is the Inazuma. So they become a 4. We're in shallow water, so we can't crash dive. So they get their counterattack roll. That's a 0, which is nothing. All right, so we'll continue revealing. Light cruiser. Huh, another one, and since they're not in the same column, they get to stay out. Boy, this is turning really bad. Yeah, you can't have 2 diligent escorts in the same column, but you can have them in different columns. Unless you have that deadly division event active, and then you can even get them in the same column. So this one is a 3.5. The didn't even look at the name. Sanae. All right, so they get their attack. And theirs is a 9, which is going to sink us. Well, that was great. Spearfish sunk. They go in our lost subs pile, and we're up to 51 lost subs now. And let's put it on the bottom. Hopefully we'll be moving that Wolfpack Experience up this week. Well, not this week, next week. They're still in transit. All right, so that does it for them. All right, so what I was talking about, let me clear this off real quick here. And this is all going to be clarified in the 2.1 rules update. But in the section on war event phase, there's this blurb about if you do not have enough submarines able to sorry, I had a little coughing fit there. If the player does not have enough submarines to enter the zone via patrol movement, non-RTB submarines that are transit side up in or adjacent to an op area with the SMZ must be flipped to their patrol side and moved into the SMZ. So this has been reworked a little bit after reviewing this with Brian and some other folks. Chris Shaw, Joe Childers, and Dominic. Sorry, Dominic, I don't remember your last name. Have been contributing to this rules update, and this has been clarified and modified a bit because basically the intent was to allow submarines that were in an adjacent base to also respond to this. And in order for that to happen, since submarines can't do patrol movement out of a base, it's been reworded such that what's going to happen is this sub that's in Fremantle on transit side in the ready for sea box will do a transit move into the Java Sea, and you would do your normal transit event check In this case, we don't have to because there's no red box for that movement. Then they flip to patrol side. Then they move into the SMZ with the normal +2 modifier for moving into an SMZ. Plus, of course, shallow modifier would apply if they didn't have radar for that as well. So yeah, that's how that's being reworked to properly align with the designer's intent. So as a result, this the pike here in Fremantle is going to transit move into the Java Sea, flip to patrol side. This is the only time a submarine is ever allowed to flip to patrol side during the operations segment, and then move into the special mission zone. And again, normally a second transit event check with the +2 modifier, but no red boxes, so we don't have to do that. All right, so we'll get our search and contact for them, this time remembering to apply our +1 modifier for narrow and improving the results by 1 level. So 4 becomes a 5, which would be sparse, which would get upgraded to low. However, we only rolled a small convoy result, so that is ignored. Now the other thing special about special mission zones is that submarines in an SMZ skip the endurance check unless otherwise noted, and they must conduct voluntary RTB movement in the transit movement phase of the current turn. So that means they RTB right now. So they're going to flip to transit side. They're actually in this op area because remember the special mission zone is considered to exist in the op area that it's pointing at. And then they will just move right back to Fremantle. Voluntary RTB. So that was a quick little excursion for the pike, and they're right back. And that's the rest of our subs that can reach that special mission zone this turn. So we're not penalized at all for not being able to get 10 subs in there. So let's move on. Let's go ahead and knock out our 1 sub conducting the Aleutians campaign this week. So the S42 will do a search and contact roll. 8 and 4. It's going to be moderate, small convoy. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we got 1 no solution marker here, too fast. S42 only has a tactical rating of 2 and only 3 attacks, so I'm thinking we kind of play it safe and just start over here in column A, and we'll go standard attack posture. Excellent. Well, we got that German hospital. No, it's not a hospital ship. What is it? Merchant Raider. The HSK-9 Michael. Can only be encountered under the loner rule. If it's revealed on the tactical display as part of a Japanese task force, it's returned to the AX pile and another AX ship is drawn in her place. So we can't find that one as part of a convoy. So we'll redraw. And we got the Sagara Maru. All right, 2 TDC markers. +3 and +1, yuck. We just barely have a shot on this merchant. We're gonna need a 0. Nope. There's no counterattack. For reattack, I'm thinking we stay where we are and we switch to cautious. That way we only have to reveal this one and we don't risk flipping over a diligent escort or something over there. So let's see what we got here. Oh, good. Light cruiser. This one popped out when I was mixing it, so we'll go with that. The Isuzu. All right, so I think we target the top 2 because that Isuzu is the same tonnage as our merchant, but 2 more defense. So we're not going to bother with that one. We are cautious, so split shots pretty much out of the question. Of course, we're only 3 attacks, so I think split shot's already out of the question. That's better. That becomes a -3, and that becomes a -2. So those are going to be equivalent shots. They're both going to be 0s. So we might as well go for the higher tonnage. So we need a 3 or less. Nope. I'm rolling all high numbers. Again, no counterattack, so for our endurance check, we are a D rating, which means we need a 3 or less. Nope. Not the way we're rolling. RTD marker for them. And I think next we'll go over here to the Sea of Japan and roll for the drum. 1 and a 3, just barely. Sparse, small convoy, 2 and 1. Okay, we're going to take a chance here and go aggressive right out of the gate. Set up here in column A. Good. Not so great. Okay, I was hoping that was not going to be a diligent escort. Our destroyer. Is the Shiratsuyu. And we need an auxiliary as well. The Okinoshima. I don't know that we've ever seen that one. I think by this point we would have seen all of them at least once. That's how random draws work. You don't necessarily ever get one. Okay. These all have -1 to their value. Excellent. All right, so let's see what we can do with this. So these are both going to be zeros, because this is a -3 and he's a 3. This is a -2 and he's a 2 because he's over a column. Oh, but we got this ASW, gotta remember that. So actually they're each 2s, I should say. So we can hit either of them with a 5. I don't think it's worth trying to split that. So we'll just go after this guy. So 3 plus 2 is 5, -3 for the TDC makes him a 2. 7 minus 2 is 5. With our die roll modifier, we can hit on a 6 or less. There we go. Sunk them. So the drum, excuse me. Got the AM. So this guy shows up for the first time and gets sunk. Okinoshima. 5,000 tons. Been in there since the beginning of the scenario too. No entry date on them. All right, so off to the pile of shame with them. And one more ship. It's at 425, 5,000 tons. I'll go to 3. This will go to 0. This will go to 900. So 425 ships, 1,903,000 tons. Getting close to that 2 million mark. I think for this scenario, the wind condition isn't based on tonnage sunk, though. It's strictly on what month you transition to war period 4. Of course, the more tonnage you sink, that gives you some positive modifiers towards that. Okay, so the counterattack will be 2 plus 2 red boxes plus 3 for the war period makes 7. We've got 4 defense, so they're going to be on the 3 to 4 row with a +1 because we went aggressive. Oh, good. Now we're rolling low. All right, so I think for re-attack, we slide over. Do we want to stay aggressive? Or do we want to slip back to standard? Only got 1 defense. Thinking we just go standard on this one. That way they'll only get a +1 on the counterattack instead of a +2. Could make a difference. We do still get a -1 to this. Ooh, but it's a +3. Yuck. So that makes them a 3 plus 2 is 5. So we only hit them on a 2 or less. Would have been a 4 or less if we'd have gone or stayed aggressive. Hey, we got it. And 3, I think, might just be enough. It is indeed. The drums M scores again. The 2,000 ton merchant. That puts us to 426. Only 24 to go now. And 2,000 more tons. Counterattack again is going to be on the 3 to 4 row with a just a +1 again. We've switched back to standard, but it's the reattack round. 5 becomes 6. So either way we would have been spotted. But we got them, so we didn't need to go aggressive. All right, and then, excuse me, endurance check. We did go aggressive for 1 round, so we have to subtract 1 from our endurance rating. Doesn't matter if it's both rounds or only 1 round. You still got to, or add 1, I should say. It makes your target number one less. So we need a 5 or less. Oh, just missed it. If we hadn't have gone aggressive, we would have been able to stay out. All right, next is the albacore. 6 and 0. Maybe another small convoy. But this one will be moderate. So 3, 2, and 1. Couple of no solution markers here, zigged away for that one. Too fast for that one. All right, well, we just have 4 targets, so I guess we'll look at all of them. Excuse me, we'll set up here and go standard. Or do we do cautious so we only have to see these 3? That'll give us an unflip opportunity as well. Yeah, why not? Let's try cautious. Ooh, good thing. So first, since we're cautious, it's the Akisuki. So they are a 5 for now, but because we went cautious, we get a chance to potentially strip them of their diligent status and reduce their ASW by 1. We have to roll greater than their ASW value, which is currently 5. So if we roll a, I think it's greater. Is it greater than or equal to? Let me check. Attack posture. Greater than the diligent escort's ASW value. And also, if we do that, since they're no longer diligent, we can actually unflip them as well. So we need to roll greater than a 5. We do not. So then we can attempt to crash dive. We need a 0. Nope. And they get to roll on the diligent escort counterattack row with no modifiers. And a 4 is nothing. 5 or less is okay. All right. So let's see what else we got. A merchant and a destroyer, which we will unflip and hope that this is not something worse. It isn't. Good. So light cruiser. It's the Katori. Wow, super light. Only 3,000 tons. All right, TDC markers. Everybody gets one. You get a TDC marker, and you get a TDC marker. Zero, -1, +3, I don't care. -3, there we go. All right. So 4 + 5 makes them a 9, minus, and then +1 for being over a column makes them a 7, or 10, I mean. -3 makes them a 7. We're a 7, so we need a 0. This one be any easier? 2, 3, +5. Nope, can't even target that one. We don't want to risk what that might be, so we'll try the light cruiser, needing a 0. Nope. For the counterattack, they have 5 + 2 + 3 makes 10. We have 4 defense, so they're on the 5 to 6 row, but we are cautious, so they get a -1 die roll modifier. 4 on the 5 to 6 row is spotted. And we are going to say sayonara. Sayonara. Withdraw. A rating. So we need a 6 or less. Ooh, got it. Hopefully ditch that spotted marker at the end of the turn. All right. I just happened to think that spotted marker is going to have no effect for the rest of the turn on them. Is there any reason why we couldn't just roll to remove spotted markers at the end of the of a submarine's operations segment? That way you wouldn't have to go back through and find them all at the end of the round. Might be a suggestion to make. I might start doing that actually. Because yeah, I mean, there's nothing that's that sub's gonna do for the rest of the turn that having or not having a spotted marker is gonna make a difference. So why not just check it now? Yep, let's start doing that. Let's roll to see if he loses his spotted marker. He does not. It's kind of the same logic as the in the original rules. It had you check for all this stuff at the end of the turn for when a sub moved through, if a sub moved through weather. And I was talking to Brian about that. I'm like, why can't we just do it after they finish moving? There's nothing else they do the rest of the turn is going to affect it. So why not check then? He agreed, so we changed that one at least. So it's done at the end of the operations segment instead of the end of the turn. This seems like a good thing as well to just do at the end of the operations segment. All right, let's do the search and contact. Are there any others that we should have done then that have already finished their operations segment. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I think that was the first one. Or no, they were spotted. That's right. So let's roll and see if they lost theirs or not. They do. Oops. Knocked our torpedo status sideways there. All right, search and contact for the shad. 08. They don't find anything. That's the only result that results in nothing. Oh, but wait. 8 is a red box, so they did find something. They got a white box on the first die roll, red box on the second die roll. They encountered a loner. All right, so let's clean all this up from the albacore. Need a single draw from cup C. Hopefully we don't get a no solution marker like we did last time. Guess we're not supposed to see it yet, but it's not a no solution at least. All right, then we have to roll against our tactical rating to see if we can set up in the same column or not. Less than or equal, same column. Nope. So adjacent column. We're going to go aggressive. We've done that regardless of what it actually was under there. Oops. So we ended up with a 0. And as we saw, it's a light cruiser. And this one popped out, so we'll go with that one. The Tama. I don't know if we've seen that one yet. There's not that many light cruisers in there. All right, so that's from column or cup C. All right, so that's a -1 TDC because we're aggressive. So 4 minus 1 is 3, but they're over a column, so they're back up to 4. We're at 7, so 2 hit is 3. We need a 4 or less. Nope. No counterattack. For reattack, we'll slide over. Stay aggressive. Hopefully get a better TDC marker. Rolling a 9 there, I don't think anything would have helped that. And we got a +1, so it becomes a -1. So they're now a 3, which means the 2 hit number is 4. We hit on a 5 or less. There it is. Sunk it. That's twice now we've had a ship appear for what I believe is the first time in the game. And they immediately got sunk. The CL Tama. 5,000 tons. Another one for the pile of shame. And one more ship. 5,000 tons. Puts us back to 0. Up to 10. All right. For our endurance check, we get a -1 because we encountered a loner. which will negate the +1 for going aggressive. So we need a 6 or less. Got it. And then we have the Pogey. Search and contact. 5 and 8. Ooh, he finds a task force of the moderate variety. So 2, 2, 3, and 4. All right, 1 no solution in column C, zigged away. We're going to just go straight for column D, I think. See if we can find some good stuff over here. We'll go standard attack posture. We're just going to do all these ones in our column. Oh, combat events. 3. Don't remember what 3 is. Ooh, I think that's the torpedo malfunction. Look. No, worse. Japanese Japanese patrol bomber spots submarine. So this is going to be a very short-lived combat phase. We can attempt to crash dive. So we need a 0. Nope. So then we roll on the event aircraft line of the counterattack table, which is going to be right here, which is a lot of spotted results, but there is a chance of sinking us as well if they roll a 9. So we'll roll 2 dice, because if they do roll a 9, we'll need a second die roll. And they got a 6, which is just going to be spotted. And then we proceed to the endurance check. So we're spotted, and we have to do an endurance check. So A rating, 6 or less. Ooh, just made it. And then, as our new custom is, we'll roll now to see if we lose our spotted marker. We do. Okay, I think next we're going to move our Wolfpack up into the Sea of Japan. Oops. So they will go boom, boom. And I believe they each roll for a transit event. Just confirm that real quick. Packs and transit event each must undergo transit events. We get a -1 for being in a wolf pack. So they get a -1 for being in a wolf pack, -1 for being on transit side, +1 for congregating risk because there's already 4 subs here and they count as 2. So yeah, it's what is that? +2 for entering Sea of Japan, -2 for transit side and wolf pack, and then +1 for congregating risk. So it's a net +1. So 7 through 9 is what we want to avoid. So we'll just go top to bottom for each one. The first one's the halibut. Safe. Next one. Safe. Last one. Also safe. All right, so they will patrol here next turn. And we will put them on the bottom so that we can track of who's in the Wolfpack and who's not. I'll go ahead and move this RTB one to the top because we'll be moving him out first next turn. All right. Next, let's do the Empire Pacific. And we want to just have them patrol here. I think so. Got the Sunfish and the permit there. Yeah, that'll be fine. So permit, search and contact. Four and 7. Sparse, large convoy. Torpedo marker got knocked again. What did I say? Sparse, large convoy, right? Yep. 1, 2, 1 and 1. The captain of the permit is drooling at the sight of this. We're going to put him in column B, and we're going to go standard attack posture. We're going to look at this one and this one. We're going to unflip that one. Remember, all subs have radar now, so we're in October 43. This one and this one. Ah, boo. And we can move away from that one at least next in the reattack. Then we'll have to reveal what that is. So, all right, let's get our destroyer out here. It is the Shirakumo. And we need an auxiliary. The Kyokuto Maru. Might as well target the face-up destroyer rather than the face-down one. -3 on them, +1 there, -1 there. So we're only at 4, so this one's out of reach. So it looks like 2, 3, 4 for being over a column. -1 makes this one a 3. Excuse me, so we can hit it on a 1 or less. Nope. For the counter attack, we've got 1 + 1 + 3 makes 5. 2 defense, 3 to 4 row. Ooh, yuck, 9. I think that's gonna be it for them. Damaged. Yeah, we're not gonna risk staying around since we know this is a destroyer. And this could very likely be a diligent escort over there, so not worth it, I don't think. So we'll go endurance check, C rating, damaged, so we need a 3 or less. No. Where are we at? Empire Pacific. All right, the Sunfish. search and contact. 5 and 7 is going to be low, large convoy, which is 2211. Okay, Sunfish, where do we want him to go? I'm thinking column C. Standard attack posture. Aircraft, don't like that. Okay, not terrible. So we need a light cruiser. And it is the Isuzu again. And we need an auxiliary. The Tsukushi Maru. All right, we get 3 TDC markers. Can't target the aircraft, of course. All right. Not too shabby. See what our options here are. So this one's a 1 plus 1 plus 1 makes 3. Minus 2 makes them a 1. So 6 or less for them. This one's a 3 plus 1 plus 1 is 5. And minus 2 makes them a 3. So 4 or less there. For 8,000 more tons. Yeah, let's try for this one. 4 or less. Nope. Wouldn't have made it with either one. All right, counterattack. They've got 1 plus 1 plus 3 makes 5. We have 4 defense. So the 1 to 2 row. Ooh, yuck. 9 is going to be damaged, I think. Yep. Man. Always get that lucky roll with only 1 on the 1 to 2 row. Oh boy. I was thinking about going aggressive for the reattack round, but now I don't think I want to. Instead, I think we'll go cautious. Stay where we're at, so we at least get multiple options instead of relying on 1 TDC pull or 2. Well, we don't want to go over here because we'd have to reveal that. So. All right, looks like over here is our best shot. So that becomes a -3 because it's the reattack round. So 3 minus 3 is 0. They get 1 for being over column and 1 for the aircraft. So they're a 2. We're a 7. Excuse me. So we need a 5 or less. Nope. For the counterattack, it's going to be the 1 to 2 row again. They get a +1 for the reattack round, +1 because we're damaged, -1 because we're cautious. So a net +1. 3. Like that a lot better. All right, for endurance check, A rating, damaged, we need a 5 or less. Got it. Don't know that we'll risk staying out while damaged, but we have that option at least. All right, that just leaves us. Man, we don't have very many out this week. Yikes. Just leaves us these two. And the Sargo and the Porpoise. And phone's about to die, so we will pick this up later. All right, search and contact for the Sargo. 9 and 7. It'll be a high, large convoy. 3, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna set up in column B and go standard attack posture. Let's see what, oh, come on. It's the Sazanami. They become a 5. We can attempt to crash dive 1 or less. Nope. Counterattack roll. 2 is nothing. Alright, let's keep revealing. Merchant Destroyer, which will unflip. And let's try these two. Really? And another merchant. Alright, so we need another destroyer. It's the, oh yikes. The Shigura with 3. So they've got a total of 8 ASW. We're going to start a 6 attack. Well, I think we'll put our 3rd on one of them so that if we can't get a shot on one of these merchants, I don't want to have to attempt a shot on one of those face down. So we'll put one on this guy just to waste it. +1, +2, 0. We're probably not going to have a shot. Because they are 8, we are at least 8 just from the ASW, and we're 6. So no shot possible, no counterattack. We're withdrawing. B rating 5 or less. Nope. And the Porpoise. 9 and 7. It's going to be another high, large convoy. 3, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah. All right, I'm almost done. The Porpoise is going to set up in column B again. And, whoops. Standard attack posture, I guess. Let's have a gander at this one. Okay. These two. Nice. And let's go this one. Let's not go that one. Let's go this one. Okay, there we go. So we need two auxiliaries. We've got the brake. It's actually supposed to have a German flag on it. And we've got that one again that we can, the other German ship, the one we can only encounter as a loner. And instead we got the Jingei. All right, TDC markers. Okay. Ooh, nice. -3 on that one. -1, -1, -2. Okay. So these two would be the same because they're each over a column and the TDC cancels out their defense. This one would actually be slightly easier. But let's see what these work out to. So that's going to be 3 + 1 is 4, -3 makes them a 1. We've got a 4. So 3 or less to hit there, 3 or less to hit here. And I think this one will probably be a 4 or less. Yep. So I'm thinking, oh, what am I doing? I gotta redo this. They only have 2 tactical rating. Hold on, let me reset this thing. All right, let's try this again. Zigged away there. So with our 2 tactical rating, I think we'll actually go in column A here. And standard attack posture. So we're just revealing 2 of these. Merchant, not that one. Ooh, combat event. 7. So I think it's counterattack combat. Yes, it is. So if there were a counterattack, which there's not going to be, it would happen first, and then we would do our attack. So no effect in this situation. So we will put our 2 TDC markers here and here. +1, +2. All right, so we need a 1 or less to hit here. I'd rather that would be a 0, assuming it had a defense of 1. So I'm not going to try that. So we need a 1 or less. Nope. Like I said, there's no counterattack. If there had been, it would have happened first. I think we just stay here. Stay standard. So we'll have to flip. I guess we could go cautious. We don't have to flip one of those. Let's do that. We'll go cautious. We'll just flip this one. Oh, picked the wrong one. Let's see if we can make him not diligent. We'll have to roll, he's a 1, so it makes him a 4. We'll have to roll higher than a 4. And we do. So he is no longer diligent. And the way I indicate that is flipping this upside down. And that means we can actually unflip him. Whoops. And we'll flip this one instead. Okay, well, it's a destroyer too. But at least not diligent. Well, that one wasn't either, but at least not boosted. All right, it's the Hatsuharu 2 ASW. So let me get our TDC markers, and I guess we'll go on the same 2 targets again. Here and here. All right, -1 this time, which becomes a -2, and so is that one. So that makes him a 0 now, but then he gets 2 from the ASW. We're at 4, so we need a 2 or less. Nope. Wouldn't have done anything anyway with that 0. Now we do have a counterattack. 2 + 1 + 3 makes 6. We have 2 defense, 3 to 4 row, +1 for reattack, -1 for cautious. And a 2 is nothing. Don't even need to look. For our endurance check, we are a C rating. We need a 4 or less. Did not get it. RTB for them. And that's going to do it for our subs at sea. Like I said, not very many out this week. So let's bring out these ones from Dutch Harbor. They're going to move into the Coral Islands. No transit event check needed. Patrol there next turn. We've got 2 coming out of Pearl Harbor, an S3 and a Belau. I think we'll send, let's see, we want to get these ones out of the Fulton first, actually. We don't have any coming out of the Fulton. Never mind. We do have some coming out of the Sperry, though. There's only 2 subs there, though, so we're fine. So I think we'll send the Belau up here to the North Pacific, and we will leave them on transit side to push in further. And we will send the S-47 down here to the Marshall Islands, and we'll just let them patrol from there. And then we have the Tullibee and the Cero coming out from the Sperry. 2 Gato class submarines. So I think we're going to want to send them to the Empire Pacific. We've only got 2 subs there now, so they can move there. Transit side, no transit check needed. And they are patrolling there next turn. So that's it for the operations segment. For the end turn, we'll remove our ultra areas. Again, we don't need to do our spotted marker removal now because we're doing that at the end of each submarine's operations. And so that just leaves moving up the week marker. So we're moving on to November, week 1, 1943. We've got 3 of these ships that we had previously damaged that will be coming back into the mix. So we've got the Heyo Naruto, which they'll go into the auxiliary pile. We've got the DD Suzukaze. We go back into our destroyer mix, and we've got the light cruiser Oe. So those will all be back in action next week. And we'll have some other reinforcements, and we'll check to see if any IJN ships are getting removed and or new ones coming on. And so we'll have all that done. We're not due to redo the war mix this month. We just did that prior to October. So we got one more month with it as is before we reshuffle that. Kind of a not very good week this week. We lost 1 sub, the Spearfish, and we only sunk 3 ships for a total of 12,000 tons. Which puts our end of the week totals at 427 ships sunk. Need 23 more to hit that magic 450 number. We've got 1,910,000 tons sunk. Our Wolfpack Experience is still at 1, and we have 51 subs that have been lost. So that's going to wrap it for this episode. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.